Dog is free. Dog free. Free dog to good home, never worn. Dog free. Today I'm back on the Dogfree subreddit. The last couple times I've looked at the Dogfree community, it's been a specific YouTuber. I can't remember what his name is. Something foolish, I can't remember. But I thought I'd go back to the root of the community, and that's... well, it's on Reddit, what a surprise. But today I'm gonna try a different approach, you know, I'm gonna listen, okay? I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna learn. I'm not gonna judge. For as long as I can, anyway. So let's get right into it. Let's be positive today. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. The phone on the other hook. People say that? I don't know. Well, it happened again. I can't believe it happened again. That's no good. I mean, they hit a third and fourth tower. Who would have thunk it? I mean, it gets a bit stale. You know, you hit the first two, everyone's like, whoa, that's crazy. That's, you know, never forget. 3 and 4, I might forget a little. I was chatting with a perfectly nice man on a dating app, and then he brought up dogs. Eye roll. Hate when men bring up dogs. Disgust me. No, I will not show you my dogs, bud. Alright? We've just started talking. Maybe later. He said he was thinking about getting a dog. I said, ooh, I don't like dogs. And you know what's such a fair response when you're courting someone and talking to them. I think, you know, yeah, I'm thinking about getting a lawnmower. Ugh, lawnmower, disgusting. You want to mow your own lawn? He said, oh, but dogs are so cute. Man, am I right, ladies? So evil. And I'm done. I'm not even going to entertain a possible relationship with someone who likes dogs. I know, yuck. So this isn't me arguing with your point of view. This is me I'm just asking a question, okay? I'm just asking a question, just let's relax. So if he's the perfect guy, you know, he ticks all your boxes, but he may or may not get a dog. He doesn't even have a dog, but he might get a dog. No good? No go? Again, just asking. I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to get inside your head. Assuming we start dating. Now I'm just going to be annoyed because you'll have to interrupt our dates to go home and let out some f***ass dog because their high-maintenance asses can't be home alone longer than a few hours. As someone who's owned a dog before, I don't understand the thing where, like, a dog can't be by itself for a few hours. I mean, I feel like most people and their dogs usually, you know, there's a little bit of separation. You know, at the start when they're a puppy, you know, you kind of, you know, teach that into them. You know, you leave them for longer and longer and then bam, you know, they can be alone for the whole work day. You get home, you do your thing, right? Like, I definitely know there are some people with some annoying dogs that are really anxiety ridden and just can't be home alone for more than 5 seconds. But I feel like the vast majority of people who train their animals, dogs, whatever, usually, you know, they can stay by themselves for a little while and forget ever spending the night. Why does everyone like dogs? Is that a rhetorical question, or do you want me to answer it? Probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. You know, I'm taking your thoughts and feelings from this post into consideration. I'm really thinking on it, and it's valid. You know, the fact that you have this hatred of dogs, and you know this guy may or may not get a dog, even though he's perfectly nice and you know could go somewhere, and you don't want to date him because he may get a dog. Perfectly fine. That's normal. I think the possibility of having a dog that has a high maintenance ass, that would piss me off. Let's see if people in the comments are also taking my approach and validating what this person's saying. As a guy, I have the same standard. I'll never date a woman who has a dog or plans to get one. I cannot live with the barking, the smell, how they warp everything around them. I didn't know dogs could do that. They can warp things? It's kind of impressive. And here I thought they were just some regular old pet. Boy, was I wrong. They're professional cock blockers and straight up dumb. Sorry? The dog is the professional cock blocker? I mean, again, as someone who's owned a dog, I've never had that experience where my dog is cock blocking me. I didn't know that was an experience people had, but there you go. This is why I go to these places, these subreddits, because you know you learn something new every day. Dogs can cock block, apparently. I didn't know. Is that a thing they do often? Is that like a character trait? Maybe I just got one without that trait. I don't know. I'm keeping a positive and open mind, but just one suggestion, and you know you don't have to take this if you don't want. But there's these things, and I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but doors. They usually screw on the opening that goes into the room. You know, a couple of hinges, handle. Sometimes a lock, but you do you. You clearly live in a place with a lot of beaded curtains. My mind is open, my mind is free. Let's continue on with some more posts. If you hate dogs, then you are not welcome anywhere. Wow. I had no idea, and you know, that's terrible. Is it like a segregation thing? Because if it is, that's no good. Okay, we can't be segregating dog lovers and non-dog lovers, alright? We should all come together as one. Like, seriously. Apart from this subreddit, hating on dogs literally gets you cancelled. As I've said many times, I'm keeping an open mind and I'm keeping an open heart, but to get cancelled, doesn't one have to be known? Don't people have to know who you are to get cancelled? I thought that was the whole thing. Anyway, let's not nitpick, okay? That's not what I'm here to do, okay? Nitpicking, no. Open heart and mind and soul, say yes. Like, I was in a group chat with some friends and we were talking about pets and they said dogs are the best pets. I said, nah, I think dogs are kind of suck. They're really loud, disruptive and dirty. And they said, how dare you, dogs are literally angels. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who would be such a psychopath that you would react like that to someone who just doesn't agree with you? I'm glad that this community is somewhere I can vent about dogs. I feel like it's not welcome anywhere else. I'm just gonna need a minute, just 1 minute. Just, I feel my mind, heart and soul closing, and that's not what I'm here to do today. I'm not here to close up shop. I'm here to open up shop. I can see how a friend in a group chat saying, how dare you, dogs are literal angels, can be seen as you being cancelled. But I have some good news. I have some good news for you and anyone like you who has the thought of any slight pushback as being cancelled. That's just like a disagreement, really. I don't even know if it's a disagreement. That's one of the lighter disagreements I've ever seen. But you know what? Maybe they do have an underlying psychopathy issue. I don't know. I don't know them. They're your friend. So I'm going to defer to you on that. Maybe they are a psychopath. Now, once again, I want to see that people are keeping up with me and keeping up with my open-mindedness, soulness. So I'm going to quickly delve into the comments and see, what are they saying? I think dog nutters secretly know they've made a terrible mistake by devoting their entire lives to an ungrateful animal. But at this point, they can't say it out loud, much less admit it to themselves. So they double down. And you know what? I'm sure there's millions of people out there that share that sentiment and they're like, oh, why have I devoted my life to this deity, the dog? I can't change my mind now. I'd look like a fool. I'm going to double down. Field jacket, if that is your real government name. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Sunk cost fallacy? Let's not bring penis into it, okay? It's unbecoming. Dogs are so wet. Look, I'm keeping my mind open and my heart clear of intrusion, but how would you know how wet a dog is? I wouldn't say it, but some outsiders who have a closed mind and a shrunken heart would say, that's kind of freaky. The other day I was walking into work, in the hospital. I wasn't paying attention and turning the corner, I bumped into a giant Newfoundland dog. It was only for a second, but the entire pants was soaked with slobber. So much that I had to dry myself in the bathroom and call my boyfriend to bring me more pants. Do they not have any more pants at the hospital, like scrubs? I feel like they should have more on hand than none. Well, you know what my open mind found today? Dogs are wet. Who knew? I'm super allergic to saliva. That's a thing? Just in general, saliva? You just have constant dry mouth? How do you live? Sorry. I felt the mind closing then and the heart fading away with every syllable. I must apologise. I apologise. That sounds awful. Sounds like hell, actually. I would be dying as I the place that's trying to save me. And you know what? Never a truer word said. You would be dying as I the places that's saving me, or whatever you said. I'm so fucking sick and tired of America's fetish for these damn beasts. I like to have the thought that they call it America with the 3Ks, not because of any, racism, because people own dogs. And you know what? That's fair enough. Oh, you're beaten down by the system due to race? People own dogs, honey, okay? Get to the back of the line. I've been living in South California for my entire life, and it's gotten to the point that I can't even stay at home or go outside with these fucking monsters barking and going up to me. And you know what? That sounds like a self-made hell. I mean, sorry. That's the closed-mindedness talking. That sounds like normal hell, where people go when they're evil or something. It's even worse in my community college because these nutters treat it as their own personal dog park. There needs to be more regulations when it comes to the ownership of these worthless, misbegotten mutts. True. I'm not laughing. This is serious. Stop. Serious. Serious face is on. Okay? Don't say I started. I did. That's just how my face looks when I'm serious. See? How many children need to be mauled and attacked these beasts until we have decided as a collective that enough is enough? You know, so true. And in fascist America, everyone must own a dog. Everyone. You may be thinking the gerrymandering in America has gone too far. You may be thinking, the cuts to Medicaid in America has gone too far. You may think the immigration enforcement has gone too far. Guess what? We have bigger fish to fry. And by fish, I mean dogs. Anyway, I really think I've kept an open mind, heart, soul, and third eye today, and I'm really proud of myself. So to the Dogfree community, I hope you give me countless praise for giving you a fair shake of the sauce bottle. I think I've really learned a thing or two. And I just, I want to thank you for opening everything, every hole, every orifice, both the same thing. Namaste, as they say in some places. Anyway, like and subscribe, I'll see you later. And my challenge for you today is to go up to the local crackhead on the street and keep an open mind. listen to what they're saying. You may learn a thing or two. Good night, day, whatever.
Shifty Drongo. I love Shifty Drongo.